History is full of strange moments that look completely unbelievable today. From bizarre inventions to dangerous stunts and downright crazy competitions. Welcome to Unknown Enigma. Before we uncover these unbelievable moments, make sure to subscribe and let's begin. 1. The human target. Imagine trusting someone enough to let them shoot an arrow at an apple sitting on your head. That's exactly what archer Nancy Gray demonstrated in this unusual photograph. It looks like a scene from a movie, but this kind of stunt entertainment was very real. 2. The largest and smallest. This photograph shows Nellie Lane and Major Might, performers who were presented as the largest woman and smallest man. Their unusual size difference made them a popular attraction during the early 20th century. 3. The shaving robot. Before modern electric grooming devices became common, people experimented with some truly strange ideas. Here, a mechanical shaving device is being demonstrated on several nervous-looking customers. 4. Jazz meets the babies. In 1925, several musicians decided to perform music for a group of babies. Judging from their expressions, the young audience wasn't exactly impressed by the performance. 5. Kokomo Jr. This is Kokomo Jr., a chimpanzee performer dressed in a tuxedo and top hat. He became famous for performing tricks, including seemingly impossible card tricks. 6. The chair balancer. Charlie Boehm demonstrates an extraordinary balancing act by supporting a huge stack of chairs. One wrong movement would have turned this impressive performance into a disaster. 7. A dog with a written diet. This bizarre photograph appears to show a dog with its dietary restrictions literally written down. Apparently, even dogs had complicated food rules back then. 8. The mouse man. This pet store employee seems completely surrounded by mice. Instead of running away in panic, however, he appears surprisingly comfortable with the situation. 9. Giant cigars. These enormous cigar-shaped objects were displayed at an international tobacco exhibition. Compared with ordinary cigars, they were absolutely gigantic. 10. The sledgehammer test. Strongmen once performed stunts that would be considered extremely dangerous today. In this demonstration, a man lies down while another prepares to strike a heavy object resting on his body with a sledgehammer. 11. The classroom revenge. In 1934, a young girl created a rather brutal drawing of her teacher on a classroom chalkboard. Whatever happened before this photograph, she clearly had something to say. 12. The tiny car. This tiny 50 cubic centimeter moped was essentially a miniature one-seat automobile. With a top speed of around 21 miles per hour, it was small enough to make almost any modern car look enormous. 13. An indoor beach. Why travel to the beach when you can simply build one indoors? This photograph shows people relaxing on an artificial indoor beach, complete with sand, deck chairs, and swimsuits. 14. Inside an elephant's mouth. This photograph shows an incredibly unusual elephant stunt. A person appears to be lifted near the animal's mouth while spectators watch. It is difficult to imagine anyone attempting something like this today. 15. The glass trick. This man demonstrates an unusual trick involving a glass pressed against his mouth. His distorted face makes the photograph look almost surreal. 16. A dog at the hair salon. Even dogs apparently enjoyed a little pampering. This photograph from the 1960s shows a dog sitting beneath a salon hairdryer while people around it go about their business. 17. Dog barber. And apparently, dogs could even get a professional shave. Here, a bulldog named Fritz sits calmly in a barber chair while someone carefully trims him. 18. The impossible pose. This man bends backward at an almost unbelievable angle just to smell some flowers. Looking at the photograph is enough to make your back hurt. 19. The Croaker Gym. Welcome to the Croaker Gym, a supposed workout facility for frogs. The photograph shows frogs positioned as if they are lifting weights and exercising. 20. The Dancing Cat. 17-year-old Bianca Passarge became famous for an unusual performance in which she dressed as a cat and danced on bottles. Somehow, this bizarre idea reportedly came to her in a dream. 21. The strange store sign. This old photograph features a bizarre shop sign advertising something called Rejected Virgins. The unusual wording makes this one of those historical photographs that immediately raises questions. 22. The flying suit. Harry Wincup experimented with a homemade flying suit in the early 1970s. Looking at the contraption, you might wonder whether he was attempting to fly or simply testing gravity. 23. The Dusting Championship. Competitive dusting sounds ridiculous today, but apparently it was once a real event. Contestants raced while pushing brooms as spectators watched from the sidelines. 24. Buried alive. Mick Meaney attempted to break a record for spending an extremely long time buried underground. Here he lies beside the coffin that would soon become his temporary home. 25. A beer before burial. Before beginning his dangerous underground challenge, Meaney was reportedly given one final beer. He eventually spent an astonishing 61 days underground. 26. Percy the Contortionist. Meet Percy, a performer capable of bending his body into positions that look completely unnatural. His flexibility was clearly far beyond that of an ordinary person. 27. The Human Barbell Stand. Sergeant Gander demonstrates incredible strength by balancing approximately 130 pounds on his head. His posture makes the enormous weight look surprisingly easy. 28. The Anti-Snoring Hotel. A hotel in 1926 had a rather unusual solution for noisy sleepers. A notice warned that people who snored could be moved to a different floor. 29. The Pea Pushing Contest. This might be one of the strangest competitions ever photographed. Contestants attempted to push peas along the ground using only their noses. 30. The Pea Pushing Champion. Here we get a closer look at one contestant concentrated intensely on the tiny object in front of him. Apparently, this was serious competitive business. If you enjoyed these strange glimpses into the past, make sure to subscribe to Unknown Enigma for more rare, bizarre, and forgotten moments from history. Because sometimes, the most unbelievable stories are the ones that actually happened.